Hello, dear fans. It is me, Chris Williams, and today we're going to be reviewing X-23 issue 11. As you can see, the cover here is, well, boring. This looks like some CW Sunday night drama for the cover. I mean, this looks like the promotional material for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Oh, they look so sad. She looks like Buffy, and she's sad because her sister is walking away from her because they've had problems. If not for the black hair, I would say it was Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The cover artist is named Ashley Witter. She did the last cover, and this is even worse than the last cover because I find it very, very dull. And we come to the first page, and what do we have? Well, we have Laura, X-23, reminiscing about the problems she's now having with her sister and how she might not be writing this down, but she's thinking like this is something you'd write down in a diary. I mean, for the most part, this first page is just Laura standing in her sister Gabby's room. This is boring. And the coloring is dull and not very inspired. Here we are a few hours earlier, where they're in New Jersey, 4 hours earlier to be exact. They are investigating one of the places they think more X-23 clones are being held. And Gabby and Laura get ready to invade the place. For the most part, Laura is planning to get into there and get out, but Gabby seems more preoccupied by listening to the music on her headset or earphones, and Laura asks if she's listening to Psy. Gabby, for the most part, looks rather withdrawn and sad. Well, I guess she's tired of being in this comic book as well. Well, for the most part, Gabby looks like she's like she doesn't really want to be there. This will relate more to the story, but it seems it's a little early for her to be acting like this. But we get more into her motivations for that later on. They enter the facility, and Gabby is being rather standoffish to Laura. And all I can say is, yeah, I'm really enjoying this comic. No, I am not. They are acting like teenage girls, and I know they're teenage girls, but they're in a life-threatening situation. Laura goes to hack the computers while Gabby stands watch, and they continue to somewhat bicker at each other, but it's rather more like not outright yelling or screaming, but more like snide little comments, or at least I think it is. Maybe I'm imagining it because I'm so bored reading this. And what happens is Gabby tells Laura that guards are coming, and Laura says that she must have tripped something, and they breaking the door down. And that's rather stupid. These guys aren't superhuman, and they scream freeze. And Laura says ready. Obviously, Gabby responds, and they get ready to fight, unleashing their claws. Now, this artwork is good. I really enjoy this panel. The artist, Diego Altaguerra, with a few panels on this comic for the most part, are good. But for the most part, the art here is still bored. But here, I'm enjoying this panel at least. And as you can see, Laura and Gabby are ready to fight the guards. What happens is that the guards tell both of them to surrender their weapons. They say nope. And Honey Badger, Gabby, slashes at the man's chest. And guess what? It's all set up to a dumb joke that you'd see in a dumb little girl movie. Oh, it's so funny. She slashed open his breastplate and his big fat gut came out. And they get ready to shoot them. While Laura says, okay, enough messing around. As you can see the artwork here by Diego Altaguerra. It's rather boring and there's not much detail to it. But the next panel is a real good treat to the eyes. I'm enjoying this panel, and like I enjoyed the last panel that was really good. But this comic, for the most part, is haphazard. You get really good panels like this, and then you get really bad panels like the other one. You see the real detail as both Gabby and Laura slash and beat up the guards. And then we get back to the bad artwork for the most part, or at least the guards look badly drawn. And we have more teenage hijinks as Gabby ties them up like it's in a cartoon. Oh, I mean, at least Gabby is drawn well for that panel. But no, we don't get anything more fights or anything like that. This is the end of the action. Gabby says she smells something, and Laura says they should get out of there. She smells it too, but she's more concerned in getting out of there and getting this mission over. She says, we have what we need. Let's go. And Gabby says no. Laura tries to grab her, but Gabby runs off. You can't just tell me what to do. There's something more here. And Gabby runs off. And the artwork is less detailed and not good. And the artist could have done more work on it. And we see Gabby smushing her face against the window, and she gets ready to smash it down because she smells something down there, something important, and she picks up a sofa and throws it through the window. The writer, Marika Tamaki, reading this is so painful. And we don't get much more action, and this is so dull and so slow. Even with her jumping out of a window while Laura follows her is boring. We see Gabby jump to the ground. X-23 probably followed her in the same way, I imagine. Because I can't imagine she'd use the elevator. And we get another better panel. This one with the panel is good. I mean, it's still a little girl, but at least it looks more dynamic. I mean, I'm pretty sure this artist probably never read or watched How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. And this is as good as we get with her just running away. That's all we get. This is boring. Well, what happens later on is Gabby finds a clue. She finds a piece of fur that smells like both her and Laura, which means it's probably a piece of another clone, or at least the fur of another clone of them. And you know, this could have all been done in the first 5 pages of the comic, where they found this, and we had more action. But no, it ends. The most dynamic thing that happens in this comic, the most interesting thing, was them finding fur, not the fight, not all that, which was just a dull turd. Here, later on, after they're home, Gabby and Laura continue to bicker. Gabby says, "Why don't you listen to me?" And she continues yelling at the little girl while Gabby says to Laura, "Stop yelling at me. You don't have the right to tell me what to do." And the artwork here is good. This is more dynamic. Oh, okay, this panel isn't dynamic. It's just them yelling at each other. And this is bad. This is as good as this comic gets. Is them yelling at each other like they're on a sitcom. And then Gabby goes off to pout. While Laura will just sit on the couch and mope like a little girl. Like the little girl she is, instead of the super assassin X-23. And the comic ends with Laura sitting on the couch while Gabby decides to run away. While Laura, her big sister who's too angry at her, says, "Yep." Oh. The artwork is boring. The whole layout is boring. It's just a straight shot of watching Gabby sit on a couch. This is bad. This comic is bad. I don't like it. I hate it. If you like this review, leave a like. Subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. And leave some comments down below. I'll be back again soon with another review. I'll see you So, bye.